Let's talk.
Nerds!
All right, guys, welcome back to the weekly Let's Talk Nerds podcast. Joined by me, Spatial Hornet. We have Wolf Striker and Reno. And we actually have quite a few topics to discuss, starting with what if zombies? What do you think, Reno? This is the one you've been waiting for. This was like your big moment.
My big moment. This has been the one I've been waiting for. I liked it a lot. It was cool. I liked how Spider-Man gave the whole school down on how to defend yourself against zombies. Kind of reminded me of Zombieland. And then I like the ending when they meet Vision. It kind of reminded me of the Walking Dead comic when Rick Grimes goes into the town and meets the governor. They had elements of a lot of zombie stuff that I like. I liked how the superheroes still knew how to do their super powers and stuff like that. They weren't like normal zombies. They were the super zombies. So, and they knew how to, like they still knew how to use the shield, and Iron Man knew how to use his stuff. And I like everything about it. How the introduction was in the beginning, where Hulk crashes through and he lands in Doctor Strange's house and gonna warn him about Thanos. It just all fit in and tied in really good.
True,
Okay.
but you forgot the most important part.
Was the most important part.
Mosquito bites Captain America.
Captain America.
He died to a mosquito bite.
Yes. Yeah, that was really funny. I like that part.
So, what did you think about it, Wolf?
That was terrible. Genre overdone. Spider-Man,
Yeah.
absolutely gorgeous on the cape. Everything else, they killed Kurt. I got to mark points off. Kurt was the best.
Poor Kurt.
He got
He
killed
died.
by Baba Yaga.
He died in the most epic way ever, though.
He
Young
died
cat.
like he references Ant-Man movie.
Yeah. I forgot. Yeah, you really liked Kurt, huh?
Well, I saw. Well, then what if it's the first time I actually managed to remember his name? Ant-Man, he was a side character.
Yeah,
Baba Yaga guy.
Bobby Yaga guy. All right. What else did you think of it? What do you like? The zombies, the overall story.
The solution to the story was obvious. I'm pretty sure we all thought of it. Why didn't she just fucking put them down? Instead of playing away like the Wasp, right? That's her character, her hero name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't she just contingency them? Like, we've seen that building before in the Ant-Man movies. It's not populated. It's quite empty.
Yeah.
That's Hank Pym, the Wasp, and Ant-Man.
Yeah, all she had to do was kill the original three.
Well, I saw Ant-Man's. Ooh. But I have saw Ant-Man, lived by sheer luck from Vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was ahead. I like
And
that.
he just became ahead.
Yeah. And I say we probably wouldn't have gotten that if she just put out a Glock and just put them down.
Yeah, so when she came back and she attacked Ant-Man, so she must have just ran?
Apparently.
Because they said in an hour, the
West Coast.
yeah, the whole West Coast had spread it within an hour.
Yeah.
You
And I
see
guess
it.
like Ant-Man also has the same reaction time. You see it in an Endgame, I believe. Like Endgame where Thanos past ship shoots down the Avengers HQ, and he saw one of the first people to get blasted by one of those things, and he turned smart just at the second it hit.
Yeah.
He shouldn't really have gotten bitten or killed, even if he knew the people.
Plot.
Yeah,
Apparently.
like he has faster Spidey sense as Spider-Man. Spider-Man can get punched, he can avoid a punch.
Mhm.
Yeah, because of Spider Sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought so far I think that the What If series has kept getting every episode has just been better in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like it keeps getting better, and I really like that. It's natural progression of just like the first episode of What If was good, but it had problems with like the pacing and stuff. But every episode has just continually just been a very different and interesting story.
Yeah, and I think this one flowed pretty good. I mean, the last episode, like I said, to me was a little bit bland and boring to me, and this one kind of flowed really good with the comedy and everything. So, what did you think, Hornet? You liked it, or you didn't really?
I liked it. I think Wolf and I mentioned this is imagine if Disney made rated M stuff, how much better it would be. Because you could tell that on some parts of it that they're definitely
held back.
Are still for kids.
Yeah,
like with a comedy, like what's his face, the Tony Stark's bodyguard.
Happy.
Yeah, when he was getting dragged to his death.
Yeah, blam.
Like it was funny, but I highly doubt anyone when they're getting dragged to their death is gonna be doing that.
By Falcon. No, not Falcon. Hawkeye.
Yeah, Hawkeye.
And I feel like he should at least manage to hit him. Hawkeye doesn't have the most dodgies. He doesn't dodge a lot.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he really moved that much.
Yeah, if you've seen him in his own, not his own movies, but in the movies he's in, he usually gets hit by the first attack. He rarely succeeds in a dodge. So one of those blasters, even from an untrained person, would have hit him.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of these zombies don't seem to really have the best reaction times.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of defeated Iron Man pretty quickly too, because Wasp, he was the first zombie that Hulk encountered.
I'm telling you, they should have capped Wasp when they found out she was bit. She almost screwed them at the end.
Yeah, at the end. Yeah. Well, that's what I was wondering too. When she was getting bit up too, she should have turned small, or something like that. But I mean, they still knew how to use their abilities anyway. So I mean,
small should be as unpredictable as Hank Pym and the other chick, like the mom, I guess.
Yeah.
Like you saw how Hank Pym took down pretty much the Captain America and and it just destroyed their whole plan on defending New York.
Well, I thought it was the West Coast.
Somewhere it was on the bridge. I don't really
I think they were on the Golden Gate Bridge, but I don't know. It was just funny when they're like Avengers, and then they just got mauled.
Yeah,
just dead. They all died horribly. I liked when the Thanos' children first came to Earth.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it got destroyed.
Well, they got ate, and he's all, guys, that's a little bit of overkill. I like that.
I think Doctor Strange zombie should have been a lot more active with his magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in actual reality, if there's a zombie apocalypse, I think the Avengers any superheroes could have fought off the zombie apocalypse.
Definitely. All you gotta do is just drop the Hulk into a pile of them, since they can't bite through skin.
But the Hulk wasn't there when it started.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that for some unspeakable reason, they made the Hulk be scared just because of one fist fight with Thanos.
But I mean, that just relates back to the movie too, so that's why.
Yeah, but the Hulk is supposed to be an angry beast, not a cowardly beast.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why I had a problem with the last Avengers too. Was the Hulk wouldn't have been scared in that movie like they portrayed him to be, because it would just make him more angry and more powerful. And you know how that goes with the Hulk, even in all the comics. Yeah. If he gets defeated, he comes back, twice as strong. So
he has more pent up anger
towards
you. And and that's something they kind of got rid of over the years with using Hulk. That he doesn't get angry with his anger no more. Like like level up. The more angry he is, he
Yeah.
kind of seems to be on a stagnant anger, like downhill
Yeah.
spiral.
Yeah.
He doesn't. Yeah, he just spirals downhill. He doesn't really get any stronger. He just kind of.
Yeah,
It's like a giant tantrum.
Yeah.
like you
Well,
saw, like,
I mean now
the-
too, because in the movies they have him. Hulk is not really controlling it anymore. It's
yeah, it's
Bruce.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bruce Banner
Yeah.
and stuff. So
Well, they kind of changed that a little bit in Ragnarok when they revealed that. Oh crap! I haven't been Bruce, and Hulk's been in charge for like the last several, like however long he's been there.
yeah.
He's like, where am I?
you saw the other one where the Avengers die. That what if? Like
Yeah.
pretty much confirmed that that the original Incredible Hulk movies are part of the line,
Yeah.
and that if you saw the original Hulk movies, he got angrier and taller and buffier.
Yeah, and bigger and
Yeah, just the more people like harmed him, angered him, and the basics. And
Yeah.
then like this one, he's probably the weakest he ever has been. Cool, smart, buff Hulk, but he's pretty much Bruce Banner that can lift.
Gray Hulk.
well, I mean, are they going to come out with another standalone Hulk movie or?
Probably not. They're gonna do that with Kid Hulk. Like I forget his name, but like I think it's not Professor's Bruce Banner's son.
Oh, okay.
Or a She-Hulk movie.
Well, yeah, She-Hulk is in them. Is planned.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, She-Hulk is planned, I think. So are they trying to come out with a Young Avengers, you think?
Probably not sure. That depends. Once Nova comes out, and if he's young,
Yeah.
that'd be yes. But if,
And also-
if he's older, it probably not.
It also depends on what direction they go with, like, just the rest of the heroes. If they ever introduce Iron Lad, if they ever introduce Iron Heart. Well, actually, I think Iron Heart is confirmed, isn't she?
Yeah, it's confirmed. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But I don't know how old she's going to be. She could be.
Arrows. His daughter.
Oh yeah, his daughter. Yeah, they kind of introduced her.
Isn't her name in the comics literally Hawkeye 2? Or some shit like
Not
that.
sure.
Not sure.
Actually, I think the trailer for that just came out today with Hawkeye and his daughter.
Well, I'm not sure if it came out today, but I seen like a trailer. It probably was a teaser that came out.
Yeah. We'll have to. And then who else is in the Captain America's sidekick?
Well,
Pretty much all the
Bucky.
characters from the Marvel Rising. What was that?
I would say that'll be Bucky, but he's no longer like his sidekick. They're partners now.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking like all the characters that are practically from the Marvel Rising show.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
Because Bucky wasn't part of the Young Avengers.
Yeah.
I think he was
But
more
the thing
of
is
a
that
teacher.
the Young Avengers is varied. Like they're not all the same. There's like
But isn't it? What's
the
his
kid
name?
of Captain America and somebody else's, and then or just some other characters.
Captain Patriot? Was that the kid's name?
Yeah, I think. Oh, Patriot. I
Or
think.
just, oh yeah, I think it's just Patriot.
Yeah, the Patriot or Patriot. Yeah.
See if they'll ever add him. I'm sure Miss Marvel's coming.
Yeah, she is. She's been confirmed.
Okay.
Are they going to have a live movie, or is it just going to be?
I think it's a live movie. That's all. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a live movie, but they could change it up and switch it to be a show.
Mhm. Now, if they ever introduce Miss America Chavez,
Ooh,
Wolf and I will be there at day one release.
yes. Pre-order the movie. No, not pre-order the movie. I'll reserve the whole theater for myself. I have to watch Miss America Chavez.
Miss America Chavez, best young Avenger. But anyway, all right. I believe next week the next What If is going to be the Iron Man gets saved by Black Panther's brother, which
Ooh.
is the one I've been waiting for. So I'm hoping that one will deliver. I hope this trend keeps going, that every episode they release keeps getting better. But we'll just have to see. But overall, I'll say the What If series is just a really big success. I think it's really hit what it's supposed to be. It hasn't been too political with anything. Even when they made Captain America, Captain Carter was really still very enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it.
So so with that then I think we'll move on to our next topic. The Matrix trailer that launched released
Yeah.
released this last week. I think we all have the same census that we have really not a big huge connection to Matrix.
If we weren't born into it.
Yeah,
Us
we were. Yeah,
new generational youngsters are just, more hip with different times.
Or, well, I mean,
Reno.
like I said, the original Matrix came out while I was going to art school, so came out in like 2003, and it was one of the groundbreaking movies just because they used new special effects and stuff like that you wouldn't see anywhere else. So
yeah.
I mean,
Inception came out around that.
yeah. Well, but I mean that movie was an iconic movie when I was younger. People slept in line to watch it and stuff like that. And Star Wars, the new Star Wars was coming out at that time, so it was a really an epic movie, and it's nice to see that some of the actors are coming back to play in the Matrix. The love story is still going to be there and stuff, so it's going to be a really interesting story, I think. I guess that one actor, Yaha Abu Menti, the second, the guy who played in Aquaman as Black Manta, he's going to be playing Morpheus. So I wonder how they're going to incorporate that with because the original Morpheus, Lawrence Fishburne. You can't.
Oh,
he's hard to replace.
Yeah, he's very iconic.
Yeah. So
that's in every type of media.
Mm-hmm. And so he's going to be missed, of course, I think, just because we were talking, me and Hornet were talking about iconic characters when we were playing
Team Elite.
Yeah. I keep on saying what I think of Firestorm. But we were talking about iconic characters and stuff like that, and we were talking about Iron Man and Robert Downey Jr. playing Iron Man. When I was saying, when you guys grow up and your kids are watching the remake of Iron Man or the new Iron Man, you guys are going to be all like, oh my god, how could this guy play him? So, with some of the stuff that I've seen new characters play, we'll just see how that goes.
The thing about like iconic characters and actors that playing those characters is that sometimes you get those people that are just like he's that character. He's a character.
Yeah.
And like if you try to replace Robert Downey Jr. and just, get a different actor for Iron Man, you wouldn't be saying that because he's pretty much lived the character's life in his own way. Instead of alcohol, he did drugs.
Yeah.
And he gotten better from that, and and like while he was struggling actor, he landed the job for Iron Man, and then just he fit into those boots very well.
Yeah.
And then that leads to a problem with the actor that's if they're replacing him, following him, will they be able to fill the boots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of what it all is they've had dozens of people play Spider-Man. They've had dozens of people play Batman and stuff. So it's just what they could fill the shoes and at that time, if it's going to be better or worse or whatever. But to correct myself, The Matrix came out in 1999. We haven't seen the third fulfill the trilogy. The third one, Revolutions, came out in 2003. We haven't seen The Matrix since 2000.
And all three of those movies came out within 4 years of each other?
Yeah, so it's 1999, and Reloaded and Revelations came out in the same year, which you don't see that much anymore. So Reloaded came out in May 2003, and then the Revelations came out in November of 2003.
Well, yeah. So one of the reasons you don't see that much is because if you want to make a movie that high budgets, or not even that high budget, just a movie at that standard, you gotta be wanting to get an award. If you're not wanting to get an award nowadays, what's the whole point of making a movie that high budgets?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
But I mean, and I think it was they were filming the second and third one at the same time. So that's why they could do that, is all the actors agreed to film around the same time.
Yeah.
You made a legacy of those movies.
Can you imagine having to actually not pre-ordering your tickets online and sleeping in a line?
Not.
Yeah, that's a bash at you, Reno.
Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Bash at your times.
Yeah, we're making
okay. What was the joke?
I was saying how we get the we get the pre-order our tickets online while you guys had to sleep online.
Yeah. Well, and you guys get to pick your seats, because it was people slept in line so they could get good seats. So if you're the first, 100 people or 50 people, depending on how big the theater is, you would get the best seats. Where now, you could just pre-order it, say I want to sit right in the middle. You guys will never know that pain.
Thank God. Screw your time. But,
see, technology.
So is this? I never found out. Is this actual is this like a reboot of the series?
No, it because it looks like it's whatever years later, because they have some of the old characters coming back and stuff. So,
but see, that kind of confused me, because I thought didn't the War with the Machines end after the third one? I thought
the War of the Machines ended, but it was just an agreement that they wouldn't try to destroy the last of the humans. I mean, it's it looked like a handshake agreement. So it looks like maybe they're gonna try to come back, because it's not like they destroyed the Matrix at the very end. Yeah. So the Matrix was still there. There was still people plugged in as their batteries and stuff like that. So, and then Neo basically dies at the end, but apparently not, because at the very end of it, they're dragging him away. So maybe they just plugged him back into the Matrix, which I assume, because he's there and he's confused now. In the trailer, you'll see he's confused and doesn't really understand why he's in the Matrix, and they're telling him he went crazy in the trailer.
He's taking a lot of blue pills.
Yeah, so it looks like when the machines drag him away, that they're probably plugging him back into the Matrix. That's why I say it's going to be interesting how they introduce it all together again. And then Trinity is coming back too. The actor who played Trinity, the actor who played Neo, which I can't. Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, don't say that name. You'll offend Wolf.
So he's coming back.
Very well known
and stuff, and it's just going to be very interesting to see. I mean, like I said, in 1999, when they introduced the Matrix, the only thing the trailer was the Matrix. And that's it. Nobody knew what it was. And then I think the slogan was, they can't tell you what the Matrix is. So no one knew what this movie. Yeah, no one knew what this movie was about, but people kept going to see it. And then you would ask somebody, so they would say, "Oh yeah, we just saw The Matrix. It's an awesome movie." And you ask them, "So what is it about?" And then they're, "Oh, you just have to see it. We can't tell you." So I was just, "Oh, really?" So it just came a big thing where, okay, to know what The Matrix is, you have to actually go see it. And I
feel like that would not last very long in today's world.
Yeah, well, today's world, social media, people talking.
Your phone. Yeah, sneak it up in there, record a little clip. Oh, have you seen this show that you're not supposed to talk about?
Well, fucking video games get their whole story plot revealed before they're even released. Nowadays, I don't know. That'd be cool. That sounds like those simpler times where you could actually have secrets.
Yeah, the simpler times. You make it sound like I grew up when we were just listening to radio. Well, I wasn't. Like when they introduced the War of the Worlds on the radio and everybody freaked out.
Didn't you use payphones back then?
You did use payphones, didn't you, Payne?
There was payphones, yes.
Yeah.
But not when the Matrix. I was in college when the Matrix came out. When I was using payphones, that's when I was in high school.
Really starting to show that age there.
You won't always carry a calculator, you know. I like that, and I'm glad that the elementary schools just stopped so I can say that because of this thing. Like, look at that. That's a calculator right there. That's a calculator. See this, Reno? Calculator.
Yeah. Oh, God.
I carry a calculator in my pocket now. You know what else this mobile device could do? It can open a lot of things. I got things to consume my time.
Welcome to the future, Payne.
Yeah. Well, watches now.
Oh yeah. Watches.
Watches.
Well, it'd be interesting to see what they do now, because the Matrix showed off what the world was like in the year 2000. Or like 1999, like the turn of the century. I wonder what the Matrix world will look like now that it's 2021.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, not much has changed. I mean,
well,
Well,
say that, but a lot of things have changed, just at a smaller scale. Like if we took somebody from there to that and just over here, they'll see a lot of changes.
Yeah. I mean, everything's just changed slowly. I mean, it's not like anything has been bombarded on.
Yeah, like nothing huge where flying cars are invented.
Well,
and like a lot of things.
You got to see the natural progression, but like you got to think in the early 2000s. When did the first smartphones come out? 2008, 2007.
I don't even.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd have to look that up.
I mean, I think
back then, and just like you could only talk and with just occasional Snake and like a few other games on there.
And then you also have internet. I think most people only had like dial-up.
Dial-up, yeah. Well, I have seen stuff progress, but I mean, it all came in time. I mean, I dealt with dial-up for years, and then all of a sudden, oh, okay, well, now you have cable modem, and that was a little slow. And like even playing video games, I used to sit and play with 4 people on the couch playing, 007 and stuff, and that was a co-op, or not even a co-op game. That was the, the original Apex back then. And stuff. So, now you could play online. People don't even need to sit on the couch with you. But I mean, it all progressed slowly. So it wasn't like a big, oh my God, today we could, do this and stuff. So, I mean, even phones, from flip phones to texting with the number dials and stuff like that to texting now. I mean, that, it's all, pretty great, because I mean everything is everything is on at the palm of your hands now.
Old man.
Yeah. Smartphone came out in 2008. It was an Android phone, and it was from T-Mobile. Well, talking about video games and stuff, we should start talking about the PS5 new releases.
The PS5 event.
Well,
Wolf, you were super impressed, right?
Not really, but I am excited for a few games. It's kind of more the expected standard of single player, like that they release, like that they're all cool and all that. But I wasn't overly hyped, and there's not many multiplayer they're releasing that seem to overshadow what Xbox is doing.
Yeah, well, I mean,
they're definitely overshadowing them with their top tier not multiplayer solo players games.
Yeah, well, the PS5, Sony did say that they're going to focus more on people who want to just play by themselves. So they're not focusing on co-op and stuff like that, where, you know, the Xbox, they want to focus on getting all their stuff out in multi-platform and everything, so everybody could play, which is awesome.
Yeah, the thing what Xbox is doing is really good as well with the Game Pass. Just that, like, you know, give like you pay for like not a little, like, but like a few $100 for more than 100 games.
Yeah.
Like,
Is
you know,
it? Is it?
I
How
think
much is it for a year of Game Pass? I don't actually think it's that expensive.
I think it's 110 or 103. I don't remember.
Yeah.
This one I looked up for like the actual cost. Like, I don't remember it being that high, but that's when I was doing research for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was somewhere 100 and something. But if like you pay that much for like more than 100 games, like probably even
like $1 a game is what you're pretty much paying for at this point.
Mhm.
It probably less actually. With EA games and stuff, there's a lot of games on that.
Yeah, there is a lot of games on it.
And
But
then,
I think-
you know, you're paying for future games to come from the Game Pass.
Yeah.
Well,
The thing about single player that PS4 or PlayStation Sony is doing is that they're going after an audience that's dwindling. That, you know,
Dwindling, dying.
Yeah, because the more if you look at what's actually popular nowadays for games, it's party games and just it's still the occasional, like, you know, multiplayer shooter.
Yeah.
And,
Well,
like,
I
those are
mean,
the most
I like having a story mode for a game too, but after you're done playing a story mode, that's basically it. So that's why I like the co-op and stuff like that to play horde modes and stuff. So
it's your GTA. It's like, you know, we haven't added anything to our story in like 6, 7
6
years.
years, 7 years.
Yeah, like let's add like this new DLC.
oh yeah, GTA. Yeah,
Yeah.
which they're remaking it for PS5. So GTA came out in 2013, and then they've just been putting out DLCs ever since. So.
And they've re-released it for the Xbox One, the PlayStation 4. They re-released it for PC.
You
They're
know,
re-releasing it for PlayStation 5.
I feel
Yeah,
like Rockstar should not start doing that. What Lamborghini does. Lamborghini doesn't make ads. Like, it doesn't make ads for their cars or anything like that. Doesn't show them off. You just, like, you know, they're so well known, they don't make them. You know of them, and then you look up their cars, and that's how you find them. But
That'd
no
be
ads.
funny.
well, yeah. Well, I mean, people keep on.
If
With GTA is people keep on playing it. I mean, it's a fun game. You could do whatever you want in that online world. So, you know, but
yeah,
I mean, the problem I have with GTA is nobody wants to help anyone. I wanna play the missions and stuff like that, but you need 3 or 4 or 5 people, and then you get finally into a party, and everybody is not really helping out. So.
Well, see, Reno, if you would just actually
And everybody's nice.
if you would just actually make friends online for once. But
Yes.
yeah, but I just PlayStation has a lot of games coming up, but I don't see how they're going to. I mean, obviously, people are just going to buy them because they're just either big fans of the games or they're just PlayStation fanboys. But when it comes to services, I think Xbox is still just going to be blowing them out of the water in the next couple of years.
but
like-
yeah, I'm not sure. If my brother just get like a PlayStation 5, I'll get the Wolverine for him. Yeah, I want to
Okay.
play that.
Yeah, I mean,
Spider-Man looked good.
Yeah, the Spider-Man looked good. Wolverine, I don't know if because they didn't show any gameplay or anything, and
No,
so I don't really know.
Put it on 2022.
Yeah, how good it's going to be or gameplay. But I mean, the last Wolverine game I think came out in 2009, and that was X-Men Origins: The Wolverine to go with the movie. Which, I mean, that game was fun because it was Wolverine and stuff. I think that when I played it, the controls were a little bit, hard to control, but that was for the PlayStation 2, I think it was.
Just your old man talking.
Yeah, it was for the PlayStation 2. So I'm looking forward to seeing that game, and I don't think that's just going to be a PlayStation exclusive, so it'll probably come out.
We'll have to
I'm not
see.
sure.
Hopefully not. That'd be nice.
Like it didn't really, at least from when I saw the stream, like I didn't see the the what where it's gonna be at, like where you can get it.
Yeah, I mean there was a couple games on there too that I want to play them, and I don't think they're going to be PlayStation exclusive, except God of War. Like, so the Rainbow Six Extinction, I definitely want to play that. It looks really good and stuff. And the Rainbow Six game, their last game was Rainbow Six Siege in 2015. So I'm looking forward to playing that and seeing zombies, and they're going to have a zombie and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, well, it's funny because sorry, go on, Wolf.
Well, that isn't their last game. I'm pretty sure you heard of Ghost Recon. Like,
yeah, Ghost Recon. When did Ghost Recon come out?
Well, Breakpoint came out in 2018.
2018. Oh, okay.
And that's their recent one. They probably even They came out. Actually, no. That's probably their. Yeah, that probably is a recent Tom Clancy game.
Yeah. It's a Tom Clancy game.
Well, the only other Tom Clancy game of recent times was The Division, right? And that came out in like
The Division
earlier, like probably 17.
Yeah,
like
17.
Division 2.
Yeah, Division 2.
Yeah, I mean, and I played those games too, and a lot of people didn't like The Division, but I mean, it's okay. It just becomes repetitious. So
it should have had zombies in it. It would have made it all the better. Just add zombies.
Yes, it would have been. It would have been better. You go into I think it's the black zone, and then zombies come out.
Yeah.
I feel like gaming would be more interesting if they moved on from New York.
There's a lot of games that it's New York.
I'm going. This the first city that comes to mind since I live near it is Atlanta. Atlanta City could be cool because you see a lot of zombie movies and a lot of like mainstream movies. Like just going to Atlanta, like you see that city, then you got not Los Santos. That's fucking GTA. Los Angeles.
Yeah, Los Angeles,
and like a few others, and you can even go to like London. Well, that's also done a lot.
I think there was a zombie game a long time ago on the Wii U that took place in London.
Yeah. Zombie U. It was a Zombie U.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never played it, but yeah, that did. I think it was in London.
Yeah. Well, I remember seeing the Royal Guard zombie and thinking when I was younger, I was like, "That's cool."
But yeah, the different locations, Mexico, like city, like a lot of
Paris, Moscow.
Well, I think Dead Island. There's
Hawaii, right?
It's a lot of different.
Yeah, like that. Isn't that island Hawaii?
I think it's a tropical island. I don't know if it's actually Hawaii.
I think it's closer to Australia.
Maybe.
But
I thought it was Jamaica or something.
Maybe
no, because I know in their DLC you run into the Australian military.
Oh, okay.
So.
But yeah, go around the world and just show those cities off.
Well, I guess that's what was cool about World War Z.
Yeah, I liked how they had Tokyo and all the other. Yeah, they have I think every mission is different, or not every mission, but every chapters of it. Yeah.
Well, you have your typical New York, then you have your Tokyo, and then you have your Moscow. I know they have. I think the newest one's in Paris.
Yeah.
Rome.
I think it's Paris.
I think the new game's going to have a Rome level.
Okay.
So now that I say Rome, imagine a zombie game in Rome. Not modern day Rome, but past Rome.
That'd be cool. I'd dig it. I would like to see some more. I don't know how many of you watch it on Netflix, but Kingdom.
I haven't seen it.
I've seen it. It's cool.
Yeah, it'd be cool, concept like that, just medieval zombie fighting.
Yeah, that'd be nice. For just any sort. that'd be cool. Just fighting zombies as a knight.
For Honor with zombies.
Hey, off idea. For Honor zombies. They're doing it with Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
Doesn't really need it. It was a cool Halloween event, but they're
yeah.
Popular.
It's so popular. Let's just make an entire game about it.
Yeah. Well, that Overwatch, when Overwatch had that special, I think was it zombies or whatever, where we're
Junkenstein.
Yeah, I
like
like
the horde,
the horde mode part. I like that.
I think their most popular modes are when you're just fighting AIs, like during those events. It's really ironic. But yet they still had never had any single player campaign.
Yeah.
So they could do that well. I've seen their cinematics.
Right? Well, that's what Overwatch 2 is supposed to be, but we'll see whenever that comes out in like 2030.
So when you saw the stuff for all the PlayStation 5 games come out, so did that pursue you to want to get a PlayStation 5, or are you still I rather stick with Xbox or our trusty PCs?
Well, I was already planning on probably buying a PS5 for God of War before I even saw God of War the trailer. Because I was just going to buy the cheaper one that doesn't have a disc drive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and just especially for this, so I could play PlayStation games and review them and stuff. But I mean, God of War is a big one. It looks like a fun game. Elden Ring is a fun one. I don't know if I'll get into that. Depends how much Dark Souls it is.
I'm not really excited for any of them.
Yeah,
they're cool, but I'm not the most into single player games.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of the games too that I was looking at, I don't think they're exclusive to the PlayStation. So that's what I would like to know, is if they're going to be exclusive, because the Guardian of the Galaxy game,
No, yeah. I don't think that's exclusive.
But I mean, the only question I have about that is, do you just play as Peter Quill? If you could play as all the Guardians on different levels, like you reach a level and then you play a different Guardian, then I think that'd be cool. But in the trailer, it only shows you playing as Peter Quill. So,
I think it's gonna be more you it's like I forget the game company, but the game Until Dawn.
Yeah, I do. But
pretty much it's just you get. Well, it's what you say, but what I'm just saying, you get two characters, and you can select which one you want to play between them.
Oh, okay.
So you can do that.
Yeah.
You can give what's your favorite more time.
Phoenix says we're being lame.
Okay, Phoenix.
I
see you.
And he put a sad face.
You can leave.
They have a lot of remakes coming out. Like the Knights of the Old Republic's going to be coming out.
Yeah, so that one I want to bring over. That apparently has a lot of controversy around it. Yeah, well, I believe it's going to be a launch exclusive for PlayStation, and then it's coming out for PC later.
So okay. Xbox doesn't get it.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, yeah, and that's causing a lot of issues. Which
good.
But yeah, as it should. It kind of. I don't know. It's funny because I talked to Wolf about this during the PlayStation event. A lot of people got upset when Microsoft started making Bethesda games exclusive. They're planning on doing with their newest. I forget their newest sci-fi game they're making. I forget what it's called.
Starfield.
Starfield, yeah. And then you have the next Elder Scroll game is potentially going to be exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
And people got mad about it. But at that time, and I'm still kind of like this, well, they bought the company, they can do what they want with the games that they now own. With Lucasfilm,
they're lacking in a lot of, exclusives.
Yeah, they just have they just have great service right now, but they don't really have the exclusivities. With Lucasfilm, PlayStation doesn't own Lucasfilm.
Mm-hmm.
And for them to just make a deal and to bottleneck the game like that to one audience is going to be it's going to continue to blow up in their face.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'll have to follow that closely as time goes on.
And then Alan Wake is going to be remade.
Yeah, what the heck is Alan Wake?
It's a horror game. It's a really fun horror game, and basically your flashlight is your weapon. So when you see monsters, you flash your flashlight at them, and they run away and stuff. And it's a really interesting concept of a game. I played it on Steam. Stuff, and that game came out in 2010. So, and then the remaster of GTA, of course, and then there was that one game that I didn't know what it was, and it was that treasure game thing.
Oh,
and they didn't
Uncharted.
Yeah, they didn't show the name to it, so I was like, "What is this game that they're remaking?" Because I never played.
They probably just thought everyone would recognize the character.
Yeah, because I never played Uncharted.
What?
Character was a guy. I don't really remember. Like,
The Uncharted game? Remember we talked about it?
The stream. Like, was it the main character a guy?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then it's Uncharted.
Uncharted.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was just wondering about that too, because I watched the thing, and also, I know I've seen that character somewhere, but I don't remember the game.
Well, his games are very iconic to PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, and anywhere else. Like,
yeah, so I think that might be a PlayStation exclusive.
No, it is. I'm pretty sure Uncharted's always been a...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's their fourth game.
Yeah. And then the one game that would have gotten me to like continue besides God of War would have been the Vampire Blood Hunt. But I found out thanks to Reno that that's on PC, so I've actually been playing that. And that's a fun time.
Sure.
Yeah, so I saw the Vampire Blood Hunt, and I typed it in because that was one of the games that I wanted to play too, because of the old game called Bloodlines, and I thought that was gonna be Bloodlines 2, because I played all those Vampire Masquerade games on the PC when they first came out. But Blood Hunt is a RPG battle royale game, so we're gonna be streaming that later on. So
yep. Alright, tried to stream a little bit last night. It was fun.
Yeah, so
but
we'll
I
see.
had some hotkey problems. But yeah.
But I'm still hoping for Bloodlines 2, because that has been a game everybody who has played the Vampire Masquerade games been waiting for.
Well,
yeah.
No.
Well, they've been waiting for the actual story to be released. So, unfortunately, I think Bloodhunt has taken a lot of flack from that, because people really just want the story. They didn't really want this battle royale, but I see it as just free content. So
yeah,
I'm just glad we're moving on from battle royales. Battle royales was kind of a cool genre that should have lasted a month.
Well,
just realistically, a month. Since are you doing the same thing and going over to die again?
Yep. It's a single game mode. It should have lasted there should have been one or two games that managed to stand the test of time, just because you have that dedicated audience, and that's it. Yeah. It should never. But it seems like nowadays people love repetition.
Yeah, I mean,
battle royales only reward the better.
Yeah.
If you're trash, you're not getting rewarded. You're just gonna get dumpstered over and over again.
Well, bet good in PvP, because a lot of other games there are other areas besides PvP that you can excel in.
Yeah, casual and
Casual PvE.
Pachilo commented that we're extra breedable.
Who?
Pachilo? Is that how you say the name?
Oh, Papi Chulo.
Yeah, Papi Chulo. Pachilo.
Pachilo, yeah, that's what we're calling him. Pachilo.
I like that.
That's our number one fan right there, Pachilo.
Hell yeah.
He said you're extra breedable.
Wait, who's extra breedable?
Oh, one of you guys probably.
Oh,
he said
me.
He says hi.
Some legal problem between me.
Hi. He might have a thing for Filipinos though.
Of course, everybody does. They just want me to make them lumpia. But I mean, there was that Project Eve game looked interesting to me.
Well, You can lose interest now.
You can lose interest.
Project Eve. Which one was that?
I don't remember.
It was I think it was a third person, not a shooter, but a fantasy.
Oh.
Was that the one that had the very good camera angles?
Yes, that was that. I noticed that too. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, my only critique about that is that I wish it was first person because the scenery looked good. Like I don't really like third person with like very detailed like scenery and all that.
Yeah.
So you can't really be immersed as much.
But I feel like if it wasn't third person, then people couldn't check out the other assets.
The assets of the game.
Yes.
The very soft assets.
Yes.
Who knows? She probably works out a lot.
Yeah, it might be firm assets. We don't know.
Yes. Just very big assets.
Yes.
And then Gran Turismo 7 will be coming out if you guys like driving games.
Holy shit.
Phoenix! There you go, man. There's your PlayStation game. That's going to be interesting to see if that can compete with Forza, because right now it seems like Microsoft has a really big edge on racing games.
Well, the thing about Forza is just that upgraded graphics and, a few more vehicles.
Yeah.
New maps.
Well, they did take they did take the time to photo image like an entire area of Mexico. So all the roads in the new Forza game are like literal real roads that are in that part of Mexico, like those towns and everything.
I've seen that meme where like you're playing a game, but the character you're playing is also in real life. And so like you see like you're playing your character outside your real life neighborhood, and you see your house, and you're like you decide to break into your own house, and you hear like your door break. It's like downstairs. You take him to your room.
Phoenix says he likes it when you laugh, Hornet.
I don't know how to take that.
He just likes it.
Interesting.
But yeah, like it could, you just kill innocent Mexicans.
Run them over. GTA Forza.
And Pipachulo wants to know if there's any is there any hentai games coming out?
1 second. Let me look at my list.
Probably a few, but they
don't get hentai games.
Yeah, they don't get trailers.
When you're looking up those type of games, I
might want to turn on incognito mode. Or maybe not. Who knows?
If you want people to see, maybe not. If you have no shame.
Yeah, if you have no shame, then by all means. Look up Miru. You won't regret it. Yeah, you won't regret it.
I'll do that after the cast.
No, I believe
you might not want to do that.
Great.
Chulo might though. Okay.
So on Webtoons, app you could download on your phone. Yeah. There's a new comic called Batman Wayne Family Adventures. It has 3 episodes.
I believe they update weekly.
They update weekly. What do you think?
What the heck is that? Hold up. What is that? I see something very interesting in Wolf's Hands, but what was that?
What
was that?
Yes, we did talk about Wolverine. But Halo wanted to know if we talked about the new Wolverine game.
Dude, that's cool.
Yeah, we did talk about the new Wolverine game that's coming out. The trailer didn't show any gameplay or anything like that, so I mean, hopefully it's going to be good.
Yeah, we'll have to wait till more stuff comes out. I fucking love that. How long did that take you to make?
Honestly, it just took an hour.
I guess it's pretty simple design.
Or not that big. Like, it's just...
Yeah. Let me get. So is that your brother's or does that stay in your room? Yeah. So let me get. It just sits on your dresser with the middle finger up.
Well, it isn't the dresser, but it's like on my stand on my like next to my TV.
Okay.
Just.
What's your what? Yeah, that's awesome. Well, hold up. Just to address Chulo's question a little bit more. Yeah, we'll cover the game more once we see more. But unfortunately, always it's like what 30-second clip, and we see Wolverine just pop his claws out. So I hope it's good. I mean, I imagine it would be. I mean, I'm glad to see more Marvel games being made, and I'm kind of jealous of that hand. I want to break into his house and just steal the Infinity Gems off it. and I'm just going to leave a note on it. You want to play a little game?
Well, what game can I play? Just reset the timeline.
Yes. But anyway, all right. So Wayne's
Peaceful Phoenix has a question. He says for the gauntlet, does Wolf do the thing with it? I don't know what that means. Oh, and then there's a lot of gestures. There's a lot of hand gestures.
I can't. Not wearable.
There's a lot of hand gestures going with that.
I could. Now that he mentions it,
Maybe. It could.
Yeah, go like that. You put it like that.
So, has there ever been an Iron Man game that came out?
I don't think so.
Because Pachugo said he wanted Pachulo said that he wanted he wants a Iron Man game to come out the same aspect as the Spider-Man.
Okay.
He would like one of those games.
It's easy. Just
EA could make a really good Iron Man game. I mean, just take all their mechanics from the Anthem game for like the flying and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you just have to add more combat elements. But I would like to see it. I mean, Iron Man is my favorite hero of all time. He's probably most people's favorite hero at this point too. But it's amazing that I think Wolf said this, that Disney just hasn't shoved a bunch of money into just making Marvel games.
Yeah.
Like, they could make a lot of money off of it.
If they really wanted to. Like, you see how much money they put into their things, and if they did that for the games as well, they could be revolutionary and beat DC at their own grounds, which is games as well.
Yeah, but do they have... Well, yeah, they do have a gaming company, developers.
But the thing about DC is that their games are probably going to be lessened now, because they're taking a heavy blow from being like the comics and DC gamings are being been bought by a different company, Discovery. Is what it is, I believe, and they're pretty much sharing it with Discovery now. And now like they're under new management, so it's going to be a little bit more complicated for them to go on.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully, it doesn't ruin their games too much, or delay stuff too much.
If it does, this is my sign for them.
Nice. Think of the comic.
I liked it. The first episode was basically the introduction, so that was kind of, a little slow comic. But I mean, the comics are really short, so it wasn't bad. And it was an introduction, and it just introduced how it was in the mansion.
Yeah. Well, I think it's supposed to be. I mean, it's a slice of life comic. It's not supposed to. I don't think it's supposed to be super actiony.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be more comedic, a more lighthearted thing, which is something I'm very happy to see. Is something with Batman being lighthearted, not so dark and grim.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he does raise these kids to be superheroes, so he has to be likable in some kind of way. I assume.
Nah.
The thing is that Batman's character is likable.
Yeah.
Just modern day interpretations is unlikable.
Yeah. He's a very good guy, like nice guy. I think Wolf pointed out, he carries candy for children.
Yeah.
For when they're having when
there's a hard problem, their parents being abusive and all that, and they're being taken away. He's there comforting the kid. He's not just he's only a brute and gloomy towards grown-ups, since they grew up and just and they know the world, and he's teaching them the world in a different way by punching them and giving them a hospital bill. And kids, he knows he can change them, and if he supports them, they won't grow up to be what their parents were.
Yeah, villains.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Well, not the villains, just like
or just shitty people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved like when even like because they even kept. I feel like they kept Red Hood's character in this comic like the same, but they also brought more of his lightheartedness too, like how he was like, "I hate being here at this mansion," but then I think it was, Oracle, not Oracle.
Stephanie.
No.
Red Robin. I think it was Red Robin.
Not Catherine. Cassie.
Cassie, yeah.
Yeah, Cassie.
What's her name? What's her superhero name?
Orphan, I believe.
Orphan, yes. Orphan was like, "Nah, you love it here." And he's like, "I'm just here." And then he's like, just looks at her like, "I'm just here for Alfred's cookies."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the reason why. Well, Jason's character is just mainly to be there for his siblings, quote unquote. Like they're not really siblings, but it's like his brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
And since like this is off topic to the comic, but he's just a Batman that kills, which is that's his thing. He treats kids the same way as Batman treats the kids. Like in one of the comics, he trains street kids to fight. He teaches them self-defense. He teaches them like things, like and it's when he's able to. So they wouldn't grow up to be criminals like he would have been if Batman didn't meet him.
Mm-hmm. And then, but yeah, we'll see how this comic goes. The only other thing I have to talk about before Reno goes, last thing, Reno.
Okay.
Season 4 of Young Justice got announced, I think, within like the last week or two. It's supposed to be October 21st, going on HBO Max. Reno, I don't know how much of it you remember. Did you get a chance to look into it at all? Or?
I haven't had a chance to recap on any of the seasons.
All right. Then in this case, Wolf, what are your hopes for? I know you are a big Red Hood fan, and they hinted at him in the last season.
I'm gonna be disappointed because the whole thing about Red Hood is that you see him develop into Red Hood. If they they do like what Titans did and just fast forward that process and make him Red Hood right away, it ruins the character.
Yeah.
Like the thing about Red Hood is just that you see Dick, Bruce, or like any of the family just like fight against him, and they see that it's the strange similarities between their fighting styles and how he's predicting their fighting styles, like he knows them.
Mm-hmm.
Like and then like you catch a glimpse of like Red Hood's fighting style, and you get to see more of his like characteristics by him not speaking or saying anything. It's like there's that conflict of like that. But if he's just Red Hood right away, there's no conflict of them developing. It's just he's just a murderer, another one.
Mm-hmm.
So are they going to introduce Red Hood as a bad guy? Or?
Well, Red Hood is
he's an anti-hero.
Yeah, so
he'll probably be
how he starts. He goes and kills off like what's called criminal masterminds.
Yeah,
and just takes over a part of the criminal world.
Yeah,
and becomes a crime lord.
So he will probably for most of the season be depicted as maybe not as a villain, but he'll definitely be a antagonist for the team.
But the thing that worries me about Young Justice is that they're gonna fast forward where they already know who Red Hood is, but not as Jason Todd, but as another villain that popped up.
Because that's one of the most interesting about Red Hood is when them trying to figure out who the hell he is.
Yeah.
And then the big reveal, and then find out then they have to try to bring him back. and then he refuses, and then that's where the climax comes up, and then eventually his character develops into being a little bit more soft-hearted, I guess.
Yeah, it's
But
just,
he still kills.
Okay.
yeah, Red Hood is just not misunderstood. He misunderstands the situation and what happens.
Hmm.
Like he doesn't interpret it how it actually happened, and he pretty much creates his own anger.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And
Like, I'm pretty sure we all seen Under the Red Hood.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's pretty much that.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of what else for the. I'm interested to see what new relationships they have. Because so Reno, if you didn't know, pretty much in season 1, right? The end of season 1, they had 6 members for the team, right? 3 girls, 3 boys. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Pretty much every single person got into a relationship at the end of the season. By season 2, because every season they have a time jump, all those relationships pretty much just always end.
Yes.
And then
you can't date people you work with.
apparently
It means that you don't know how they stopped
broke
dating.
up. Yeah,
Because
you don't.
all the way to find out is that you read the comics.
Yep.
Also, so they do have a comics that say how they in between of the
Yeah.
seasons.
Yeah, that's how you. Yeah, there's comics. Well, not in between. The Young Justice is from.
Yeah, I know it's okay.
the-
So okay.
Yeah.
The comics are a thing. If you want to read ahead, you can and just read the comics.
Oh,
But
okay.
that's the only way you know how the relationships ends and how to see a fluent timeline. That is
Yeah.
in time jumps.
And then the only relationships that ever survive are the toxic ones, like Superman or Superboys and Miss Martians.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the other wholesome or good relationships either die or just end for whatever reason. Okay, so get this right, because since you don't remember a lot of the series, in season 2, Superboy and Miss Martian broke up from the first season, right?
Okay.
She started dating some Atlantean kid dude, and as a rebound. And the reason that Superboy broke up with her is because she was using her powers to mind wipe people, pretty much put them in the comas.
Yeah, I
do.
do remember that. Yeah.
And then when he broke up with her, in hopes that she would stop, she tried to erase his memories of her ever doing that stuff.
Yeah.
And then by the end of that season, they still get back together. But
Because toxic relationships just work.
yeah, okay. Yeah, hey Chulo, if you're still there, toxic relationships work, right? We never deal with any of those at the jail, right? God. I don't know. And then they killed off the best relationship, which, well, for now, we all know he's coming back, but the Kid Flash and Artemis, or I guess her name's Tigress now. Anyway, guys, that's all we have for this week. We thank you guys for joining us. Again, we do this podcast every week, doing it on Mondays for now. Me and Reno will be Reno and I will be streaming Blood Hunt probably Wednesday.
Yeah, and then the last chapter of the Aliens.
Yeah, and we'll be doing. Reno and I will be finishing up the last chapter of Aliens, and then I think the 3 of us are going to be streaming the firefight mode for
Yes.
Aliens. So,
So tune
that's all
in.
we got. Yeah, tune in. Yeah,
Let's talk
Phoenix.
nerds.
Pachulo. Pachulo. That's his new name. Pachulo. And yeah, that's all we got for this week, guys. As always, I'm Hornet.
I'm Reno. And Wolf Striker.
Yeah, and Wolf Striker. And we are Let's Talk
Nerds!